Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How is life in your world? Just got home from the last soccer game of the season for both teams, and sad to see it go, but also like, wow, I have some time again. Since we've been on this like Chevee showing you things that he enjoys watching thing, and I would kind of like some of this to continue in the future whenever I see something that intrigues me, I want to introduce you to another YouTuber that I love watching, and his name is Pocket83. Now, if you go search Pocket83, you're going to find a couple of channels, and well, maybe. Sometimes a second channel doesn't really come up. You're going to find Pocket83's channel to be a very, very interesting guy, extremely intelligent. Not sure what he does for a living. I think he's at least been a finished carpenter at some point in his life, and maybe still is. He doesn't really talk about himself very much, which is one of the reasons I really like what he does. On his main channel, he puts up a lot of project videos of making interesting wind chimes or puzzles, a lot of puzzles, woodworking projects, you know, decorative projects, that sort of stuff. And he's very thorough and a very good explainer on how to do these things. And they're all like super unique. He doesn't just do like, here's how you make a picture frame. It's like, you know, here's how to glue golf balls together to make this interesting shape. Cool channel. But if you're here, chances are you like to hear people talk about deeper, more impactful things. And I'm going to point you towards his second channel. His second channel is he still does a lot of project-oriented stuff on there, and a lot of that is like behind-the-scenes type stuff where he goes more in depth. But he also does a lot of like philosophical commentary. And today he posted up this video, which talks about living in the now and embracing the now, because the now is the most precious point in time. It's the only point in time that we have control or an observation over, and it's a really, really good video to listen to. I'm gonna we'll just play a snippet here.
The motion of one body implies the stillness of another. Now necessarily requires its corollary, which is the not now. Not now is vast in both directions, as it constitutes all states that ever were or will be, except now, which makes the now a condition of infinite preciousness.
So that video, first of all, I was really taken by the scenery, because Pocket lives, I'm not exactly sure where he lives, but I know he lives in like southwest Pennsylvania somewhere. So he's probably only within an hour's drive of me or so. And that scenery is very much, you know, my area of the world. This is where we live. You know, I could walk just over the hill and see things like he was filming there. And so the scenery was like, yes, this feels like home. It feels beautiful. It feels wonderful. But if you go to the description and watch the entire video, it's very thought-provoking. It's very interesting. And that's who Pocket is on that channel. He likes to talk a lot about emotion. He likes to talk a lot about taking control of your thoughts and not letting yourself be your own worst enemy. And he does it while goofing off on camera with things that he's made or things that he's making. And that's really cool. And again, even on that channel, he doesn't talk about himself so much. He's never shown his face in any recognizable way. He doesn't tell you who he is. He wants to make sure that his content is separate from him, that he makes content that is universal instead of content that is tied to his own id. And that's powerful. It's really powerful and really thought-provoking and really interesting. And I tried to connect with him once a while ago. I sent him a message saying, hey, you know, if you ever want to do something, you know, I probably live within an hour of you and we could get together, and I promise I won't look at your face. And since then, every now and then he shows up on the channel and posts a comment, and really brightens my day to know that he has maintained some sort of interest in me, because his philosophy is very much that you shouldn't let your emotions control your life, that you should live your life through logic and thought, I guess, and let you can have emotions, but they need to be, they're not in control. And as much as I would love to live that life, I struggle with it. And so watching his videos really helps me understand that process a little bit every time, a little tiny touch every time. I get to figure out a little bit more about myself and understand that I can be in control and that my emotions are more augmentative instead of controlling. And that's powerful. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to point you to him. And that video, I really enjoyed it. It was a really, really fun little watch. And for me, the scenery, I love fishing. I love going to streams like that and just spending the day looking at nothing. I've literally sat on logs just looking at moving water for hours, and it's a very wonderful experience. So there you go. I hope that you'll go check his channel out and see what's going on over there. And if you like this sort of Chevee reviews other YouTubers sort of thing, let me know in the comments, and I'll keep doing it. If you have any YouTubers that you would want me to talk about, or whatever, it doesn't have to necessarily be YouTubers. It could be shows or books or anything like that. Put those in the comments and let me know that you really want more content like this, and I'll keep making it, because I do consume. I consume more media than I realized I did, and most of the stuff that I consume is thought-provoking, so maybe I have more to share. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being my bestest friends. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from livescience.com. When will Pluto make a full orbit? It takes the dwarf planet 248.09 Earth years to complete one orbit around the Sun. Plug all that info into a timeanddate.com's handy calculator, and we find that Pluto will complete its first full orbit since its discovery on Monday, March 23rd, 2178, just a few years after Neptune turns 2. Wow. That's a long year.